Hello, everybody, and welcome to another session of Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations with Chaos Counseling. Woo! Hey, ladies, we need to do our vocal warm-ups.
Okay. All right. Okay.
The fuck?
What? It's a vocal warm-up.
February 10th, 3:36 p.m. Discord currently receiving.
The summoning worked!
That won't make sense for a very long time.
No,
and only for
it's gonna be so great.
Now then, before we proceed any further, I'm going to announce the result of the test we had performed earlier.
Tess?
Yes, tests on the bloody dagger that was found stuck in the pine tree.
Oh yeah, that. Totally forgot about it.
Let's.
That was the weapon that Maya Fey used when she fought with the victim. That's Maya Fey.
So what are the results? Was it the victim's blood or...
Due to the time constraints, a full test was not possible. However, there was one thing we can't say with certainty. The blood that was on this dagger was not the victim's blood.
Gasp!
Oh.
That's confuzzling.
It was cherry Kool-Aid. That is all. Now then, let's restart this trial.
So it wasn't Misty's blood on the dagger. Then whose was it? Dagger updated in the court record.
I'm sure both the defense and the prosecution know this, but this trial is rapidly coming to a close. Both sides will need to show some firm evidence with their claims.
I understand, Your Honor.
From what I've heard, the witness is dangerously weak, physically speaking. So let's finish this quickly.
Please. We've been at this game for so
For a
long.
very long time.
Agreed.
But it's almost over.
It's almost over.
Very well, please
almost
bring in the
over,
last
right?
witness.
Right.
Right.
Right!
Your old bacon.
Oh, it's so weird seeing her in the witness
Yeah.
stand.
Yeah.
It's so bizarre.
Witness, please tell us your name and profession.
Maya Fey. My profession is, I'm the assistant manager at Wright & Co. law offices.
According to the magazine I have here, you're a spirit medium of the Korean channeling technique.
I'm frightened. The Fey clan? I don't want any more to do with it.
Oh.
The pain the Fey bloodline causes must be unbearable.
Very well. Now then, Miss Fey, when the event occurred, were you in the garden? You were in the garden of the inner temple. And you witnessed the moment of Miss Elise Donham's murder? Is that correct?
I didn't see any...
Straighten up this moment, young lady.
Huh?
Pick your head up and speak clearly. There's always time for crying later.
But
Your mother was killed right in front of your eyes. There's nothing you can do to change that fact.
Well, goodbye, kitty gloves.
Okay.
But there's something you can do. You can finish this. You've been watching the whole thing, right? You've seen the witness come out. You've seen us squeeze the truth out of them.
I was actually being possessed, so no.
Now it's your time. Let us hear your testimony. On the night of the crime, what exactly did you see happen?
Witness, if you please.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, yawn.
It's cold, so everyone's like under blankets and they're getting cozy and tired. I was passing through the garden on the way to a spare prep room when it happened. Suddenly, someone struck me over the head. I stumbled and ended up against the stone lantern. I think I screamed, "Help me!" Then something warm splashed over me. That's when I lost consciousness.
So you were struck on the head.
Boot to the head.
You're an asshole,
I
Nick.
suppose it must have been this stuff.
Some things never change.
Maya, the person who hit you, it was Dahlia Hawthorne, wasn't it?
I'm sorry, Nick. I couldn't see. I don't know who it was.
Maya, think hard.
Sorry, Nick, but I really couldn't.
Ha! Can't say it was an especially good night for young ladies to be walking around alone.
It seems that it will be hard to determine the criminal through testimony alone. Very well then, Mr. Wright. Please begin your cross-examination.
Maya, hang in there. She doesn't look well at all.
How can you tell?
Maya.
She hasn't had a burger in days. Days!
Days, dang it! This woman
In fact,
needs...
she hasn't had a burger in minutes.
This woman needs sustenance!
Give her an injection of liquefied burgers.
That will kill you.
It will be worth a try, Nick.
You think you screamed, but you're not sure?
Listen, I was a complete wreck. It was dark and I couldn't see my attacker. Was it a man, a woman, an adult, a child? I had no idea. I was scared out of my wits.
Well, had Pearl summoned Dahlia, it would have been both an adult and a child.
No.
Don't make this confusing, whoever you are.
Believe me, my dear. I'm certain I would have soiled my robes.
I
Or
thought
should I
this...
soiled my robes.
Okay. I thought this person
dear.
might attack me, so I... Anyway, I'm pretty sure I screamed. I thought it was my last hope.
Sounds like poor little Maya really was out of her mind. But I wonder what she meant by last hope.
Is this the end of
What
all
do I do?
hope?
Do I press her for more details?
What did she scream my last hope?
Wait a minute, Maya. What's this my last hope stuff?
What? What do you mean by your last hope?
No. That's what you said. You said my last hope.
Huh? What? I said what?
Look, you were facing an attacker that you couldn't see and you screamed, right? You screamed, "Help me."
Yeah?
But you testified that you screamed that because you thought it was your last hope.
Oh, well, you know, that's like... What do you call it when that happens?
Maya's not doing so well up there.
Oh, yeah, Oh, that's right! I remember now. I was facing my attacker, but that's not who I was screaming at.
What did you just say?
Yeah, that's right. It was the person behind my attacker that I was yelling at. That's who I was screaming to help for... screaming to for help.
What is it now?
I messed up! I didn't mean to let that slip out!
Huh?
Witness, are you absolutely sure of what you're saying? Behind the attacker, there was another person.
I am... Well, I meant to keep that part a secret.
Was it Slenderman?
What have I done?
Ha! It takes a ton of pressure to make a diamond. That's what I always say.
That's the first time we hear said that.
You've never said that before, Godot.
Don't judge me,
Ton
Tribe.
of pressure.
I will paddle your behind, and you will not find it very pleasurable.
You clearly don't know me.
Oh, trust me. Once I've had several hours with you strapped to a chair, I will know you quite well. Genghis...
Your Honor, may I leave the courtroom temporarily for these two to settle their differences?
John Yu once wrote, live with a man for 10 years, share his meal, and then hang him above a volcano.
Your
and
Honor.
only then will you truly know who he is.
Your Honor, help.
Yes, Kendall?
I had so much I wanted to unpack there, but I guess I won't have the time.
Throw away the entire suitcase.
They kind of did that at the end of one of the FNAF games, so I think we're already there.
Okay.
Okay.
You're in a court of law here. You can't make things up or try to hide things in this chamber.
Witness, the information you just presented is vital to the case. I want you to add it to your testimony.
I could see a man behind my attacker by the light of the stone lantern.
Please.
What?
What?
Sunshine should know.
That was a Dark Crystal reference.
Why is it Sunshine's not the one who knew?
I saw it recently.
Sorry, Sunshine and I had a huge rant a couple sessions ago about the fact that I was the first one who recognized his
Yeah.
as Chamberlain.
Yeah. I think I edited that recently, where you guys talked about it.
So there was a man standing behind your attacker?
He was very slender.
Yeah.
That man, he's the killer. He stabbed her from behind. He's the one who killed Elise Donim, otherwise known as Misty Faye, your mother.
Killer?
Maya, you know who killed your mother, don't you?
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Wright?
To be frank, Your Honor, I think she's in shock and quite confused. And that's why she hasn't noticed a huge problem with her testimony.
Yeah, huh? What do you mean? What problem?
Maya, on the night of the crime, that stone lantern was out of commission.
Huh? What?
It's true. There was no light anywhere in the garden that night.
No!
Holy crap.
Order! Order is
How tall her
called!
shoes are, or what?
Mr. Godot! We're waiting for you to explain this!
What?
Oh, we
I've
lost track of how much coffee that is.
Damn it.
Aww.
Someone count it for me and put it in the comments of the last episode. Thank you.
Add the
Thank you.
pureness of milk to the perfect, clear darkness of coffee. Stir. And then imagine the lights and fires. Actually, I forget the quote. Moving on. That is the state of the witness's mind right now. A cup of cafe
Olay.
Cafe ole. Thank you, Mr. Trite. It's the only thank you will ever get from me.
Aww.
Cafe Olay! Is that even legal?
Wait, no.
Good morning.
Hi.
Mr. Trite, words are the milk, and you are the spoon, Your Honor.
I don't want to have the mental image of the judge
Mr. Trite's
spooning me.
words.
I'm a spoon? I'm no spoony bod, I'll have you know. Unless I'm hanging out with Bikini. You must have noticed. You must.
You must have noticed it too, Trite. This witness's mental state is highly unstable right now.
This entire case is highly unstable.
That's a fair
So
assessment.
true.
This witness would make a prime dungeon in Tales of Hearts right now. Seriously, if you can play the game, play it. It's great. It's not hard to
Affection.
I know, I'm feeding my sister and
Oh.
Being bitten.
Guys, I'm
I'm gonna turn yellow.
I love that's just what happens if Sunshine bites you. You just turn yellow.
No.
It's not. It's not. I don't want my wife yellow. Thank you very much. You miserable.
No.
Miserable.
Shiny though. Is it gold?
Oh yeah, is it shiny as in Pokemon? Or
Yes.
like fuck yeah!
Oh.
Okay.
It's not hard to understand why she would make a little mistake like that.
Sorry, but that's not going to cut it.
Well, this is a coffee cup, not a knife, so of course it's not going to cut it. Oh, you mean the testimony? What did you say?
If there truly was no light in the garden, then there's a fatal contradiction in the witness's last bit of testimony.
Nick.
May I?
Told you.
Recall the witness's statement about her attacker. She said that she didn't know if it was a man or a woman, an adult or a child. And yet, the witness could describe a person that was standing behind her attacker. And she quite clearly described him as a man. In other words, that would have to mean that Maya actually saw our mystery person, despite it being so dark that she couldn't see the face of the attacker in front of her.
No!
Order! 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 What in the world does this all mean, Mr. Wright?
Good question.
Who you'd like to know?
Are you saying Miss Faye saw the real killer under the pitch black conditions?
Right? Do you have any idea what you're proposing?
I don't know.
If you're not proposing to Maya, I don't want to hear about it.
Aww.
How could you have seen?
We know Godot ships now.
Yeah.
How could you have seen in the dark? Are you a night elf? Is there no other light source? There was no other light source at the scene.
There are some things that you can only see in the dark, Mr. Godot. Maya, you did see who the killer was in the dark. And now, you're trying to cover for him.
Cover for the man that killed her mother?
There's only one conclusion I can draw from this. You know who this man is.
Please, Nick. I don't know anything. Please? I'm begging you.
Ha! You talk a good game, Trite. Let's see if you can walk the walk. It was pitch black, so what could the witness see? I'm calling your bluff.
No, Nick, don't! Please, stop!
Maya's dead set on protecting this guy. The man who murdered Maya's long-lost mother. But I can't let him get away with it. I'm a lawyer, an officer of the court. I'm here to find the truth.
All right, Mr. Wright. Time to show us what you've got. Who was the person that say Misty saw in the dark?
Well, good job.
Because it was pitch black, Miss Faye was able to recognize the killer easily. I'm sure the court would like to see for itself how this is possible, yes?
What? But how do you propose to show us something like that?
It's easy. We just need to recreate the conditions of that night.
Conditions?
Your Honor, the defense officially requests that all the lights in this courtroom be turned off. Oh, that was fast.
That was Basil, the bailiff, is just ready. Yeah, I got this. Oh. It's my moment.
What? This is what it can't be.
Huh.
So cool!
Oh.
That was a nice bit of deduction. Try it.
There was only one time we saw that before, and that was in the cafe case, wasn't it? Where the lights got shot out briefly when LT Gray screamed his butt off.
Well, everyone,
But it was just the line, so you didn't get to see the cool face of his sprite. Ah.
this is the man Maya saw on the night of the murder.
Order! 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 Prosecutor Godot, what is the meaning of this? Johnny, you must be shocked to hear yourself accused of such a thing. Why aren't you denying it?
Ha! Your Honor, you're asking the wrong person.
What do you mean by that?
If you've got a question, ask the witness. That's one of my rules.
Well, Maya, how about it? What you saw that night. Was it 3 glowing red lines?
Well, witness, answer the question.
You're wrong! I never saw that!
Maya!
You thought the person that stabbed my mother was a man. For a totally different reason.
What?
Witness, Mr. Wright, what the...
Stop your chattering, Your Honor.
Chattering?
Poppycock.
If it's worth asking, ask the witness. That's one of my rules. I believe I just went over that, Judge.
All right. Well, then let's continue with the testimony. Please tell us how you knew the killer was a man.
Yes, Your Honor. I didn't realize until after I woke up, but we will continue with Maya's testimony next time. What? Holy shit, this case!